Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to the #1 rideshare YouTube channel in the world. Guys, you are watching history as you are watching the #1 rideshare YouTube channel in the world. Do we have the most subscribers? No. Do we have the most viewed videos? No. Do we have the most total viewed videos? No. Do we have the most amount of videos on the channel? No. Well, I guess maybe we're not the #1 channel in rideshare. Sad day. But good news, guys. The US government just passed the biggest bill in history. Guys, this is the biggest bill ever. I'm sorry, I can't contain my freaking excitement. I'm so happy. Why? Because $2.2 trillion is now available to both businesses, screw businesses, and people, normal everyday people like you and me. No, I'm just kidding. The business part is actually super important, but I'm just not even gonna talk about that at all, because I talk about how individuals can make money. And like, I mean, the businesses is like huge. Like, I don't wanna downplay that at all. Like, really, businesses need this money to survive because people aren't spending money. And like, what do businesses do? A big part of the deal, I believe, is that companies that use their money to keep people on paid sick leave, basically keep paying employees even though they're not working, the government's going to pay for that loan. They're gonna pay that loan off, or they're gonna forgive that loan. I'm pretty sure, and that's like huge, because that way people can still make money even though they're not working. Like, my buddy works at Apple, and he is still getting paid as if he was working. Like, that's how good Apple is treating their employees. Like, he's not working at all, but he's still getting the same amount of money as if he was working full time. And he's not taking any, like, when he would work, he would take a day off here or there, you know, like, I think he get 2 sick days per month, and he would take a day off too. So it's like he's working and he doesn't even need to take those sick days. So he's probably making more than if he was actually working. What is Uber and Lyft doing? Nothing. Literally, guys, I'm gonna get to the money in a second, how to get your unemployment benefits and your $1,200 check from the government. But sorry, I just gotta spill some tea really quick. I have a buddy. Well, he's an online buddy. He's probably watching this. His name's Gary. He's a great, really great guy. I'm not gonna get into all the details, but actually, I mean, he told me I could talk about it, so fine. I'm just gonna talk just a little bit. And he's already made Facebook Live videos and everything, and I think he did post to YouTube and Instagram, so maybe he would appreciate the shout out. But he got sick. And he was in an assisted living center, so he got quarantined immediately. This was several weeks ago, guys. Like, this was before restaurants even shut down, I think, or maybe they were just getting shut down. And he told me, dude, I can't leave my house, like, or my centers. Like, I can't leave because of everything that's going on. And he is an Uber driver, and he had an Uber car rental, and he was like, I have to go return my car. Or he was like, I don't even know if I can return my car because I'm in quarantine. So he's like stuck with this payment, and then he got permission to like return the car, whatever, and then come back. And that was pretty much it. So he returned the car, and this was like before the whole everyone lockdown. People weren't even talking about a lockdown. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, like quarantine, dude. So he got quarantined, then he got sick. He had to go to the hospital, and because everything was going on, he got quarantined in the hospital, self-isolation. He got tested, and he got pneumonia, and he had all the symptoms, but his test result came back negative, so he was able to go home. But it was like such a weird situation where like he couldn't work for Uber because like he was in quarantine, like with his situation that he was living at. And then when he got home, they're still in quarantine now, and they're probably gonna be in quarantine for the next several months. And he tried reaching out to Uber, and Uber was like, sorry dude, like, you need a letter that you were either positive, or a letter from the government that you are ordered to be quarantined. And he was like, dude, all assisted living centers have to be in isolation right now. and they're still not giving him any money. And I'm like, why is this so difficult? Like, Uber, dude, he can't go out and drive. Give him the 14 days that you promised. It's like, in 14 days is nothing, guys. Like, it's really nothing, and they're making it like literally impossible for drivers to get. And I've heard countless stories, and maybe you guys have had the story too. Like, every company, every big company that can do it are still paying their workers right now. This is the first time ever in history that something like this is going on. And instead of the Uber CEO saying that they're gonna pay drivers, what does he do? He writes a letter to Donald Trump saying that the government should pay drivers, and it actually worked. So it's like, I'm really happy that what I'm about to talk about is working, that drivers can get unemployment. But like, from the get-go, Uber and Lyft should have been just paying drivers anyway, just to not work, so it didn't have to get to this point. But regardless, yeah, oh yeah, and I heard another story about a driver who he literally, I think he got tested positive, and he was calling Uber, and they put him on hold for like 2 hours, and the dude's like really sick, and he's just trying to get his 14 days of pay. And it's like, even the stipulations that Uber put forth to make drivers get their pay is like pretty hard. Like, you had to have at least driven in the past 30 days, and they would average your earnings based on the past 30 days, I think, and then pay you that. But like, what if you, I don't know, heard about everything that's going on in the other European countries, and you were like a smart person who didn't go out and drive? Like, maybe you were already self-isolating. What do you do at that point? You just kind of get screwed? I don't know. It's just like pretty, I don't know, it's just pretty nuts. But anyways, regardless, putting the tea aside, the US government says that Uber, Lyft, and all gig workers and self-employed people can now get unemployment benefits, $600 per week from the federal government, plus whatever, what's it called? Whatever you get from your state as well. So it could be a good chunk of change, plus a $1,200 check. So first I'm gonna talk about the $1,200 check. I'm just gonna sync up my phone here, and then I'm gonna talk about how to get your unemployment benefits. So I'm gonna leave all the links here too. So this is the stimulus check. Stimulus checks are coming. Here's how to make sure to get yours quickly. I'm just gonna run through this really quick. But yeah, once the US stimulus measure is passed, this is NBC, guys. Distributions would come via the IRS, which would use 2019 taxpayer forms. It already did get passed, so like, this was written before, but it's very relevant, so it was a really good article. Which would use 2019 taxpayer forms to determine how much a person's check should be and where it should be sent. If 2019 taxes have yet to be filed, the IRS would use information from taxpayers' 2018 forms. Continue reading. This step is especially important for low-income Americans who don't typically file taxes. In that case, they would still need to file a form. So if you haven't done your taxes, I know a lot of people are saying, you don't need to do anything for the $1,200. Well, if you haven't filed your taxes because your income was so low, or you just didn't do it because, let's face it, a lot of people don't file their taxes. I do. I'm really good about that because I don't want to risk anything, but I know people who don't even file taxes. So in that case, they're still throwing you a bone. And they said the IRS has two paths for free filing options. One for those making under 69K and another for those making above 69K. And you can go to that on irs.gov. So go there, the IRS website. Individuals making up to 75K a year would receive checks for $1,200 with an additional $500 per child. So if you have a family of 4, you're looking at, and you guys both make under 150K total, you're looking at $2,400 plus $500 per child. So that's $3,400 per a family of 4. Not bad at all, right? Plus if you want to get unemployment, and you guys can both get unemployment too for the parents. So that could be plus $1,200 per week per 2 people. So plus whatever your state would get. So like, guys, this is a $2.2 trillion stimulus bill. There's a lot of money that you can get if you're smart about it. If you're like, whatever, it's too difficult, I don't know how to fill out the form, then you just got to put in the work, guys. Like, sit down with your partner, with your spouse, or with your friend. Call up your friend who you guys know you have that friend who was that history nerd or that politics nerd, Call him up and be like, hey man, I'm sorry, I don't want to bug you, but can you help me walk me through this so I can get all my stuff? And they're going to be happy to. And the chances are they're sitting at home bored and they would be glad to help you. Be like, hop on FaceTime with them, or, well, yeah, you can't have them come over, but like hop on FaceTime with them, and you know, have them walk you through the steps, because there's a lot of money to be made out there, and you don't have to, you know, you don't have to sit back and not get money, because you can seriously get some good money. So there's the stimulus checks. Yeah, and if you make over $99,000 a year, you can't get anything. That's like the cap per person. So, and then really quickly, let's talk about the unemployment. How do you get unemployment? That's what you guys are here for. Sorry, I know you got to go to one of my videos, the Rideshare Hut. Well, I'll link it in the comments. I'll put it in the comments. Here we go. How to apply for unemployment. Wow, you guys are blowing up this video. 5,000 views. A lot of people were like a little misunderstood, so I wanted to walk you guys through the actual steps. Here he goes. It's careeronestop.org. Again, I'll leave the link in the comments down below. So you have three, I guess, stipulations. An employer, if you fall into this category, you can do it. An employer temporarily ceases operations. An individual is quarantined with the expectation of returning to work after the quarantine is over. And 3, an individual leaves employment due to a risk or exposure or infection, or to care for a family member. That's where most people will. March 30 update. New federal law allows states to extend benefits to self-employed and gig workers, and to provide an extra $600 per week, as well as an additional 13 weeks of benefits, guys. That's a lot of money. So you can read more at this information. Here, I'll just click it really quick, and then I'll go back to how to file. So it has all this, like, this is a good educational thing too. So go to this link in my description or in the comments. Go through everything, and let's click on your state. I'm gonna do California because I'm sure a lot of you guys watching are from California, but if not, just click on whatever state you are. Plus, I'm in California. You wanna either call them or file the claim online. You have to do it within a certain number of hours that they give you. So you click here, and then there's a link somewhere here. I mean, it says how to set up a UI online. So like everything is here, guys. Like there's nothing missing. These are the times you can do it. They're really late. Like it's like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's like all day. There's only 6-hour window that you can't do it at like midnight. I'm sure they have tons and tons of people working here right now, like around the clock to get this. But yeah, you just benefits program online, click there, and then yeah, it's all through. It's called UI online. So it says, due to current events, we are experiencing a large increase of claims filed, and are extending our staff resources to keep up with the demand. For faster service, use UI online to file your claim, certify for benefits, and get your payment. I know that person. What's up? How's it going? Thank you for your patience. So yeah, go to UI online, and then you gotta basically register here, file a claim, reopen a claim. But anyways, guys, that's how you do it. It's pretty simple. I just wanted to share that information with you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great and amazing day. Bye, guys.